Step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Before the Horn podcast. I am your host, Dino. As well, hosting with me, I got my boy, Khalil.
Yes, sir. Let's run it.
And I got my boy, Dede.
Oh.
Y'all know exactly what's going on, man. I wasn't here for the last two episodes. I had a lot going on. As y'all know, I'm in college. I had finals. A lot of stuff going on, but I'm back. I'm back to talk. I'm back to chat. Y'all know exactly what's going on. We're coming back with our regular Mondays. We got to break down what we see, our biggest games from week 15. And then y'all know it's that time of the season where wins and losses are huge. And the NFC has really been shaking up with these wins and losses lately. We're going to talk about that. We got to cover that. On top of the latest news with the NCAA and this transfer portal, man. It's been going crazy. Y'all been seeing a lot of players been jumping in, been finding new homes. For some players, this is their third, fourth home. It's just been nuts, man. We're going to be talking about that because these some huge moves that's been making. And then we got the UFC 296 fallout. Y'all seen the weekend. Y'all know exactly what's going on. Y'all know what's going to be coming up. We're going to talk about it. Day, let's kick this off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. NFL Week 15. You already know what we do on our Mondays. We go over the games, the 5 most important games. We're going to talk about it with some questions. All right, let's jump right into it. First game we're going to talk about up in Buffalo. Josh Allen and the Bills' rushing offense handled business as they defeated the Dallas Cowboys 31-10. My question to you guys is, why does the Dallas Cowboys struggle so much on the road?
I mean, I can't 100% say it's Dak because Dak's been playing phenomenal all season. This was a bad game from him, probably the worst game we've seen all season, but I can't say it's him. I'm going to be honest, it seems like the defense really just can't perform as well on the road as they do at home. I don't know what it is. Like, they couldn't stop the run for anything, and that's what it seems like. Most of their losses has come off of teams that has been able to run the ball on them. If you pound the rock on Dallas, it's been coming off of wins, and that's what's been happening. That's why they have a negative win-loss record when it comes to away games. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the fans that gets to the defense, but the defense just doesn't perform the way they do at home on the road, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this game, Buffalo came in with a game plan to run the football, and that's exactly what they did. 266 total rushing yards on the ground. Josh Allen only had 7 completions on the day, under 100 yards passing. And that's very unlike the Buffalo team that we're used to seeing, a team that actually run the ball and not put the ball in Josh Allen's hands. When have we ever said that about the Bills? It's always been them passing the football too much and not running the football at all. But James Cook had an amazing day, over 200 yards all-purpose. He pretty much torched this Dallas defense. And I think what it came down to is, I mean, like we said, we're not used to seeing Buffalo do this. So I'm sure when Cowboys was game planning, they didn't game plan for this. And then once they got in the game, they just couldn't make no adjustments to it. Like, it was a bad game all around. Offense really couldn't get anything going. They had a touchdown in garbage time, but I don't really count that. What are you doing, Devon?
Oh, I'm cooking like James Cook was last night on his defense. I'm just cooking up. I'm just cooking. My wrist don't get tired, man. Just like James Cook didn't get tired last night smoking his defense.
This guy, man, this guy. But yeah,
I'm just cooking.
It was just a terrible performance all around. And one thing that we've known Dallas to have an issue with is running football all year, and they couldn't get the run game going in this. And I think that's part of the issue as well, especially when you go on the road. You need to be able to run a football, control the clock, and keep the ball out of the home team hands. They couldn't do that. You know, a couple quick 3-and-outs, the next thing you know, you down 14-0 before you could blink your eye. So, I mean, I think it's just I don't know what it is about Dallas on the road. You know what it is, but we've seen that with these teams that beat them, you have to run a football. And if you could stop Dallas from turning the football over, you got a very good chance of winning the game. I think that's a major part as well. The defense not be able to force no turnovers.
Yeah.
Honestly, y'all both hit the nail on the head with the hammer. But then they're talking about it's not really Dak. I mean, Dak had a horrible game yesterday. But I think it's just the defense on the road. We've seen this defense go on the road several times, and they just don't look the same as they do at home. Now, Dallas, they kind of been like that a lot of years since Dak been in the league. they've been really, really good at home, and then on the road, they fold, they crap the bed. Honestly, this loss yesterday was completely on Dallas defense. I don't care what no one says. Dak, he played horrible, but I'm not going to blame it all on him. Yes, he was missing some reads. He was missing some throws. I mean, I think Brock Purdy is definitely clearly your MVP favorite right now. I mean, somebody thought Dak was number one last week. I don't know what hallucinations they having, but yeah, they got spanked yesterday. Yes, it was you.
On favorite last week. What are you talking about?
No, he was not. Brock Purdy was.
No, he not last week. He was not. Dak was the betting favorite last week.
Bro, Dak don't deserve to win anyway over Brock Purdy at this point. Let's be real. I'm not hating. Don't say I'm hating, bro.
It
Do not say I'm
definitely
hating.
do sound like it.
How am I hating? It's facts.
Yeah, he's not the favorite. Yes, he was.
Not right now.
No, I'm talking about last week.
Last handful of weeks, Brock Purdy's number one literally in every category. How is he better than Dak this year?
He's now number one. He just passed him in passing touchdown. The no thing he had was QBR. He wasn't number one in yards either till now. Well, actually, he's number two right now.
ESPN said he's number one in every statistical category.
Not every statistical category.
But hey, maybe ESPN got some liars on their pages and social medias and app. But all I know is they tell the truth. They tell the truth. You're known to be a liar. So I don't know, Mr. Truth Teller. Anyway,
but you the one that just said Brock Purdy was the favorite last week. He was not. Get your facts.
Okay, bro. Yes, sir. All right, my bad for hurting your Cowboys team. I didn't mean to hurt your heart, bro. My bad. Okay, bro. Here, let me pull the knife out the heart right quick.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna throw the facts out there, throw them out as facts, not
okay. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize.
I was just correcting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize if I'm giving you guys misinformation. I don't want to sound like a hater. I'm not a hater. I respect Dak and the Cowboys. I'm just saying they got smacked yesterday, and I was going to know where the same energy at when the Eagles got clapped the last 2 weeks. Nobody was talking nothing, no crap.
What are you talking about?
No, you were so enthusiastic when the Eagles lost last week. You were so enthusiastic. He's like, oh man, another turnover by Hurts. Oh, this looks horrible. Come on, he was like, come on, Hurts, we need something.
Was it not?
And Dak was horrible yesterday, and the Cowboys were horrible. Bro,
stop it, stop it. Y'all ran the ball.
I didn't say nothing. I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. You know what?
Stop it.
I'm gonna just adjourn. I'll say what I had to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a hater. I'm just gonna end off with that. Just know the Cowboys, they lost yesterday because of their defense, and they just need to get it right on the road if they want to make a shot in the playoffs. Because as of right now, they are the 5th seed. If he's injured today, they'll be facing the 4th seed, someone in the NFC South. So Dallas would easily walk over anybody in that division. So it don't even matter. So Dallas already got a trip to the second round. But we know what's gonna happen. Dallas, they're gonna be fine by the playoffs, but I do see Dallas finishing as the 5th seed. No bias.
The Bills put belt to ass. I just want to hear you say it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, please. All capital letters, all caps.
Nah, that was it. Not your all cap letters.
They put belt to, like, what the fuck?
All right.
Last night on Sunday Night Football, we seen Lamar and the Ravens handle the Jacksonville Jaguars, handing them their 3rd straight loss by a score of 23-7. And my question to you is, what went wrong for Jacksonville in this game?
I mean, you said handle. I wouldn't really call this a handle. I'm gonna be honest. I would call it a bunch of missed opportunities from Jacksonville. I mean, that's what really went wrong for them. They couldn't capitalize on nothing. Like, it was terrible play, and then they couldn't get the run game going for their life. Like, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he didn't have a terrible game. He didn't have the best game either. There's a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of missed shots for him. I mean, that's exactly what it was. That's 100% what the loss was. It was a missed opportunity. I'm gonna be honest, 100%. There was a lot of plays to be made in that game that just wasn't made, and can't blame nobody but the plays. You can't blame nobody but the people that's on the field, bro. Y'all gotta make the plays.
Trevor Lawrence got to hang his hat on this one. When you look at, crucial plays at crucial moments when they needed to be made, you're driving, you're in the red zone, and you fumble the ball. It just slips out your hands. That turns around, goes down for a touchdown. Okay, cool, whatever. You're down 10-0. You got a chance to go get points before the half. You hit a nice shot down the line to, I believe it was Zay Jones, to put them in the red zone. You hurry it up. I have no issue with the hurry up, but I have issue with the decision to where you throw the football. Why do you throw an out route knowing that you have no timeouts? It's either touchdown or nothing. You can't afford to have a catch and bounce, and that's exactly what he did. And that's just poor execution by them. And then when you look at what they did in the second half, defensively they started to wear out. I personally do not think Lamar had the best game. He made a lot of flashy plays, so I think that elevates what he does on the football field is the flashy plays. He did a great job by buying time in the pocket and stuff like this. But Jacksonville was in this game well into the third quarter. It was 7-10. You had a chance to execute, and you don't do nothing. You get -3 yards on your possession, and then the defense allows them to go down there and get a quick touchdown. Next thing you know, you're down 20 to nothing. So I think it was just an all around bad game. I think there's enough blame to go around, but Trevor Lawrence got to wear the hat for this one, just because of the poor execution and the crucial times. And the game of football only comes down to a couple plays, and when we look at those couple plays that was not made, you can look back to Trevor Lawrence on the reason why.
Honestly, it was definitely the lack of execution in this game and turnovers. The Jags just couldn't get out their own way, honestly. Lamar did not have the best game at all. The Ravens defense, they handled business. That's why I say handle. They did handle business. They capitalized on the 2 turnovers that T-Law had alone. But honestly, the Jags defense did as much as they could against the Ravens offense. They honestly didn't do bad against the Ravens offense. I'm surprised Lamar and the Ravens only put up 16 points. The other 9 came from Justin Tucker's field goals. But honestly, this is definitely on Trevor Lawrence. I don't like for real. And this is a guy that we picked last week to win this game. Me and you, Khalil, we picked him. TS2, our guest, he had picked the Ravens. Honestly, the Jags, they're becoming one of the disappointing teams in the AFC. This team is 8-6. They're tied with the Texans and the Colts tied for first place in this AFC South. This is bad. They're all 8-6. This is bad. Jacksonville should be running away with this division. I'm not saying it was supposed to be easy, but Jacksonville should definitely not be 8-6. We've seen a lot of self-inflicted losses this year, mainly solely on Trevor Lawrence's quarterback play. And we not talking about his turnovers. He has a lot of turnovers too, but we just going to dismiss those. But we'll see if Jacksonville can bounce back. I mean, they have a couple games ahead of them. They got the Buccaneers, who are leading the NFC South. They got the Panthers, who are last in the NFC South. And then they got the Tennessee Titans to finish off the year. So these are some winnable games. They can win these games. Tampa might give them a fight, but Jacksonville, y'all got to finish season out if y'all want to get this divisional win. So pull y'all heads out y'all butts. These 3 straight losses are very disappointing. Let's see if y'all can finish off the season strong. All right, on to the next game. Baker and the Buccaneers, they went to Lambeau and they handled business. They defeated Jordan Love and the Packers 34-20 as they lead the NFC South. And my question to you is it finally time to put some respect on Baker Mayfield's name?
Please.
Why you throwing your hands up?
Because I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Okay, I'm not going first.
Because y'all, the 2 biggest Baker haters I know.
Whoa. I was never a Baker hater.
But we
just said he was
could
a
go
bust.
all back to when he was in Cleveland. I said he was not the problem. Especially
a
your
bust.
boy down there, Mr. DW4 fan. They probably be better with Baker right now.
Okay.
But,
they would 100%
let you
would be
go
better
ahead.
with Baker right now. But respect on his name, I put respect on his name. After that, I give him his flowers after that performance. I mean, he shredded that defense. His supporting cast was a supporting cast, bro. All of his receivers gave him some. His tight end, Cade, he gave him some. I mean, Rashad White, even in the run game, more late in the game, he broke some big ones out. Like, bro, that whole offense, they actually did something for him. That's what happens when you get a good supporting cast around you. Like, look, just look at the pass catchers, bro. Chris Godwin and turned back the clock a little bit, gave you over 150. I mean, you had the early touchdown from Mike Evans. He's continuing to do, like, come on, man. His supporting cast has been doing their thing. I'm liking him more and more. He looked like he's getting a lot more comfortable late in the season. Saints got a problem. I ain't gonna lie. Saints gonna have a problem, man. If this team could play like this, they gonna have a problem. I mean, Green Bay, on the other hand, they just couldn't stop none of no defense. The offense couldn't keep up. They really just couldn't keep up, if you ask me. But respect on Baker's name, I give him his flowers for this one for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been optimistic on Baker. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest Baker fan, but I do advocate. I do see his ability. And when you go out there and you put together 4 scoring drives, 1 to end and a half with a field goal to 3 straight touchdown drives in the fourth quarter to put it away, I got to give you credit what he's doing. He's been balling. A lot of people will try to write him off, to try to act like he was trash, like he was the issue in certain places. But, like I said, he'll probably be better in Cleveland than, the quarterback that they paid $230 million for. You see what that Panthers team is. They've been trash. And, like, you expect him to do something with that. And then, like I said, bro, you just gotta put respect on Baker's name. When you look at Baker and what he's doing this year, he got more touchdown passes than players like C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, just to name them four. Like he's having better statistical years than some of these guys, and I think it gets overlooked because of who he is or where he's playing at, and the expectations that we have for this team coming into this year. But Baker's doing well. I think it's time to put some respect on Baker's name, even though the haters out there, like this one right here.
I'm wearing Baker's colors right now. So I love Baker. I love Baker.
Let's say anything. Let's be just talking.
Yo, wearing this color. Like, what?
Look, guys, look. I'm not gonna lie. Before the season started, I was one of the guys that said Baker Mayfield will be benched by the middle of the year and Kyle Trask will be taking over. Yes, I was one of those guys. I was also one of those guys that said the Panthers would trash for Baker Mayfield. I also said that Cleveland, he was the issue in Cleveland, and I did say he was the problem. He didn't get re-signed by the Rams because obviously Stafford was coming back. And I said about the Bucks, I said, dude, the Bucks are gonna probably come in second or third in this division. And look at them now. They're first in the NFC South. Mind you, this division is still horrible. Let's be real. But Baker's performance yesterday was outstanding. I'm gonna give him his flowers. Good job. We played a mediocre Packers defense. I mean, duh. But still, a win is a win. It's the NFL. It's not easy to throw for 381 and 4 touchdowns. So I'm giving him his respect. I will give him his respect. If he makes the playoffs, I'll definitely give him his respect. For sure, 100%. I'm not a hater. I don't think that he's that good. He's very serviceable. That's who he is. He's not like a tier 3. He's a tier 4 quarterback. He's nothing above a tier 3. Maybe he could bump into my tier 3 after this year, but
he's like a top quarterback.
Okay, sure, whatever. He's tier 3 quarterback, Khalil. No, what, Khalil?
You advocate for people like Bailey Zappi. Like, stop it.
Mac Jones is trash. I think Bailey Zappi looks better in offense. I'm just saying, bro.
Man, tried to put Kyle Trask above. That's still mad crazy. That's one of the worst takes
listen,
of the
I was
year.
not the only analyst or writer that said that. So please.
It's the Baker hate. Like I said, it's just because you don't.
Okay, like sure. Baker. So let's see if Baker can finish off the last 3 weeks of the season very strong. Let's just see that. This gonna be the real test if you put some respect on his name. Because I'm not gonna lie, he got some tough games coming up.
Well, but they're gonna lose December 31st. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, because they play your team, right? They play the Saints before New Year's.
I'm gonna be there. Look out for me.
Okay, awesome. So they got T-Law and the Jags up next.
I will be looking out for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for you on TV crying when they beat your ass.
Yeah,
anyway, it's like nah, Saints probably gonna win that game. But these last 3 games definitely gonna come down to the division for all of these teams in the NFC South. But I'm gonna put some respect on Baker's name. Yeah, I got you. I'll give him his flowers just for that game. But he gotta show me more. All right, on to the next game. We saw Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat the New England Patriots yesterday up in Foxborough, 27-17. My question to y'all is, does this win give you some relief about the Chiefs' recent struggles?
No, not at all. I mean, did you watch that game? Oh my God, bro. Like, I'm telling you right now, this offseason, they can go to the Super Bowl, and I promise this offseason they're going to make some major moves at the wide receiver position, especially the wide receiver position. I mean, Rashee Rice looked like his job's going to be safe as a rookie. I'm going to be honest. He's coming on, look like he's going to be the number 1 receiver moving forward, other than who y'all think is the number 1 receiver, but he is the number 1 pass catcher in Travis Kelce. But I mean, no. Oh my God, bro. Pat Mahomes is not Pat Mahomes' fault at all. You go out there and he still puts up 300 on him. But bro, dude, his supporting cast is just not supporting, bro. Kadarius Toney is just thinking up the place, bro. I'm trying to figure out a difference between him and Jalen Reagor so bad right now, bro.
They're both the same.
Trying to figure out a difference between him. No, that's your boy. That's your boy. I don't want to hear nothing.
I don't like either one of them.
Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. Like I said, bro, I'm trying to figure it out, bro. This man catches 1 in every 5 passes. I mean, like I don't get it, bro. But they still find a way to squeak out wins. Let's not act like this New England team was really that good. I mean, bro, they went for it for 4th down on their 10-yard line and didn't get it. And then Kansas City just nailed the ball out to give it back. Like, are you serious, bro? That's how bad this team is. So, like, but I'm still not sold on Kansas City right now. I'm not.
Yeah, no. Kansas City do have some issues. Uh, like you mentioned, the Kadarius Toney, that interception on Mahomes that goes into Mahomes' stat. It was a terrible play by Kadarius Toney. It bobbled off his hands, into the defender's hands, and next thing you know, and if you see anything, Mahomes was livid after that. It's only so much you could take, looking like it's only so many drops you could take. They still have a drop problem. They didn't really run the football that well. I will say their number one back is out right now, Isaiah Pacheco, but 20 carries for 43 yards is just not good enough as well, especially with the team, whose receivers are so suspect. You at least need some of that run game to, mitigate some of the pass. But they pretty much really got nothing there. Rashee Rice, yeah, he's one of the ones. They got a good pick in that one. He's one of the better receivers performing at this point in time when you really look at the rookie receiving class. But I am concerned. I said that earlier. It's time to panic. Bailey Zappi made this game a little closer than it should have been. Bailey Zappi is really not that good in my opinion. But I don't know. This defense has not been playing as good as football as that we've seen earlier in the season. They kind of tailed off these past couple of weeks when you look at some of the games that they played. So, I mean, that could be a factor to it as well. But, yeah, they need to get some stuff figured out. And I don't know if they have all the pieces in the house to get it figured out this season.
Bro, the Chiefs, if there's any wide receivers out there that's D1 or JUCO or Arena Football League that can be better than Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Valdez Scantling, Rashee Rice, he got 9 drops on the year, so I'm not excusing him either. He's been getting better, but I'm not excusing nobody from this. All the Chiefs receivers besides Travis Kelce. I mean, Kelce had 2 drops yesterday. Y'all need to be in front of the jug machine. Y'all need to be working with Mahomes after practice, bro. Like, this is stuff that should be figured out in the preseason.
God, that touchdown by Kelce that he dropped.
Bro, like this is bad. Like this is bad. Like this is week 15, bro. Like we're almost at the end of the year. You guys are still having this issue. You guys are sitting at 3rd right now in the AFC. Like y'all host the first playoff game, and after that, like it's over for y'all. Like y'all on the road, and we don't know what y'all can do on the road because y'all haven't looked that good this year in all aspects of the game. Bro, Pat Mahomes, I'm sorry, bro. You got to start. You hold yourself accountable, but you got to start holding your receivers accountable at the press conferences and stuff as well. I know you're not trying to be messy, but bro, you got to start calling people out. This is horrible. Kadarius Toney.
Imagine if that division was more competitive.
Exactly. Like imagine if Chargers weren't injury riddled or Brandon Staley knew how to do his job. I mean, well, he's fired, whatever. Imagine Josh McDaniels and Jimmy Garoppolo weren't so trash. I mean, Russell Wilson, the Broncos, they showing up, but I mean, they got spanked this past Saturday, so we know. And it's like, bro, what is going on? What is just going on with the Chiefs? I don't get it. There are plenty of concerns still. And the fact that they don't have the time to, like, they could probably sign somebody in the offseason, but the fact that we're almost in the playoffs, there's a lot to fix with so much little time left before payoffs start. This is quite concerning. So we'll see what the Chiefs could do the last couple weeks of football, but I'm not fully sold in. I mean, they were my AFC pick to make it out to the Super Bowl, but this is just bad. This is just bad, bro. I feel bad for Mahomes. All right, on to the last game we're going to cover. This past Saturday, we saw Minshew and the Colts. They absolutely handled Pittsburgh. They gave them the L, belt to ass. They defeated the Steelers 30-13. And my question to you guys is, what do y'all think the deep root issue is for this Pittsburgh Steelers team? Like, they have a lot of talent on offense. Their defense is still pretty good, but they just can't figure it out, bro. Like, they're barely hanging on to a playoff spot. Probably they're not even hanging on to a playoff spot no more at this point right now. What do y'all think the deep root issue is with Pittsburgh?
I mean, I'm almost 100% sure that we could definitely say it's their offense, bro. I mean, they just fired their OC. They got a whole new, like, I'm not gonna say a whole new system, but they got a whole new play calling in. Yeah, it is better than their OC. Who's their OC that they just fired? What's his
Matt
name?
Canada.
Matt Canada, bro. It's definitely it looks a little bit better than him. I could at least say that, but it still doesn't look good. And then again, bro, their actual starter only played 1 game without Matt Canada. Like, Mitch Trubisky is terrible. Oh my God,
trash.
like he's not good.
He's so hard.
So I mean, if you want to blame losses on anybody, like blame it on that guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, he gave them a shot early in the game, but other than that, bro, he stalled out on damn near every drive after that. Like, he can't get nothing going. It's not like bro. If you watch the games, the passes that he puts up, oh my God. Like, how do you miss some of them shots, bro? Like it's terrible. So I won't put the blame on that. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm gonna say offensively in general because I don't like putting it on one player. I'm gonna just put it on the offense in general. Like I said, it's a whole new play call system going in right now. They got a lot to figure out, and I'm gonna be honest, they don't got enough time this year. They might as well pack it up and worry about what they got to do for it next year.
I mean, when you look at it, especially like let's just talk about this game first. After they went up 13-0 or 13-7 by the time they got the ball back, they go interception, punt, in the half, fumble, punt, interception, downs. Offense pretty much didn't do nothing for the whole. They didn't do anything in the second
The
half.
whole second half.
And then you turn the ball over 3 times on a mediocre offense. Like there's only so much you could do. Like this team needs to at least protect the football. If you're gonna do anything in the game, you got to at least protect the football. Mitch Trubisky hasn't Mitch Trubisky obviously not the answer. There's a reason why he's a backup for the Steelers behind Kenny Pickett. Who's out right now. But when you also look at this team, there's a lot of guys you could tell is not bought in, and we could start by looking at their receivers, Pickens and Deontay Johnson. Their attitude has been bad, and like they showed up their quarterback on a field and just not be a team player. And you could tell like they're not brought into like the Steelers way. And you do got some guys on this team, the Minkas, the TJs, the Cam Haywards, and stuff like that. But those are all players on the defensive side of the ball. Then you have nobody on the offensive side of the ball that's a veteran that can really rally this team. And they've been underwhelming, especially Najee Harris, and he's been underwhelming this year.
It's Najee Harris.
Their inability to run a football as a whole is also hasn't been good this year. So I think they got some problems they need to address if they want to make a run at the playoffs. But I don't know, man. I think they got to do some work in the offseason, get some veteran guys in there, to help establish that culture that we're used to seeing from the Steelers.
Honestly, I honestly don't know, bro, because I thought when the Steelers fired Matt Canada, this was going to get things better. But honestly, that hasn't done anything. So we know it's not Matt Canada. It's not the issue. I just think it's the organization don't know how to utilize their talent. They need to add more to help this team get better. Like, I just don't know what is wrong with the Steelers team, bro. Like, you have so much talent on offense. I mean, besides Mitch Trubisky sucks. Kenny Pickett has not been the greatest this year. I mean, he wasn't even playing this game. And honestly, Najee Harris is so disappointing, bro. Like, he fumbled the ball. Like, he's not doing great, in my opinion. That's why Jalen Warren's getting most of the snaps. And then Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, they're talented receivers. But Deontay Johnson's, like, probably you could argue he's top 15 in the league right now. Pickens is very young and talented as well. But they just can't get the ball enough. Power fire move, when he gets the ball thrown to him, he does what he has to do. But just this team is just bad, bro. It's just bad all around. The organization needs to do some firings, more firings this offseason. They need to gut whoever's bad for this culture, because it's not Steelers football that we know from the early 2000s and some of the 2010s. This is just bad all around. I just don't get the issue, bro. They're not living up to the Steelers culture. This team is just young, they're inexperienced, and they just don't fit well or mesh well together. So honestly, I think it's within the organization. They fired Matt Canada. They don't know how to utilize the talent that they have. This is all young talent. They don't know how to use it. I think it's just on the organization. And I don't think it's Mike Tomlin. I think it's everybody under Mike Tomlin.
That's a fact.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for NFL Week 15. Let us know what you guys think about our game picks and what we talked about. Give us your thoughts and opinions about Week 15. If there's any game that we didn't talk about or we didn't cover, leave it in the comment section. We'll address it. All right, sticking with the NFL, let's talk about the National Football Conference, the NFC. I just want to hear your thoughts and opinions on the state of the NFC conference right now, as it is pretty top heavy. So let's talk about it.
I mean, I could really just go off of what you just said, mainly on top heavy. I mean, I see what you're saying about top heavy because the records say top heavy. I mean, we have a 11-3 team. We have a 10-3 team, about to be 11-3 team, and a 10-4 team at the top. And then after that, I mean, well, the Lions too are actually 10-4. And after that, it's 7-7, 7-7, 7-7, 7-7, 6-7. It's all, that's what it looks like. But if you look at some of these teams that's on the bottom, most of them have a quality win. I'm gonna be honest. Unless it's a good AFC team or one of these top teams, most of them have a good win. Even teams that's already eliminated. The Cardinals already eliminated. They beat Dallas. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't really say I can't really say this is 100% a top heavy team, because the way I see it is in the playoffs, any one of these teams can knock off one of these top heavy teams. So that's just the way I see it, truthfully.
When you look at it, it's 49ers at the top. I think, they've been playing the best football in the league, really playing flawless football. There's not many flaws on that team when you look at that team. Especially the weapons that they got on offense, the depth that they have on defense, that defensive line. You add Javon Hargrave, you trade for Chase Young. You still got them 2 linebackers. Tre'Davious Ward has been playing good. Jair Brown, shout out to Tig. You feel me? He's been doing his thing as well. And then every other team essentially has flaws. When you look at, Philly, that defense is questionable. When you look at Detroit, you just don't trust Detroit, that they don't really have a pass rush outside of Aiden Hutchinson. Jared Goff seems to turn over the ball in inopportune times. When you look at Dallas, they can't seem to get it done on the road when they need to get it done. So, they have some issues there as well. Their defense has been suspect on the road. And then we got a bunch of 7-7 teams, 6-17. Somebody got to win the NFC South. Is that right now? Tampa and Saints are tied. And Tampa, pretty much the 4th seed right now. Minnesota, they have quarterback issues to be desired. So really don't know how that could go with Nick Mullins. Some people had Josh Dobbs taking Kirk Cousins' jobs. That was mad crazy. But,
wasn't me.
And then you got the Rams, who
was that me?
Okay team, but like they're young. Besides Aaron Donald on defense, everybody there is young. Matt Stafford, if he could protect the football, they could be very good. But he has to take care of that football. And then it's just a lot of inconsistency. I see a lot of flaws with a lot of these teams. It's really, like I said, the San Francisco 49ers and then everybody else, in my opinion.
Yeah, Lil, you honestly told what I was going to say. I was literally going to say the Niners are the clear favorite dominant team in this conference. I mean, they have 3 losses, but we saw them going at 3-game losing streak. After that, they've found their rhythm. Everybody got healthy, and they've been beating everybody down. Everybody under the Niners definitely have flaws, like you said, Khalil. And honestly, bro, Detroit, they're going to probably get that 3 seed. They're going to lock it up. I think the first, honestly, even I'm not even going to guarantee that. Only seed that's kind of locked up right now is the 1st seed. No other seed is locked up.
Well,
That's just not even locked
if
up.
you want to be honest.
The 1st seed's not even locked up. The 1st seed's not locked up.
I think the Niners gonna win out. Honestly, I think they're gonna handle business for the rest of the year. But
they still gotta play the Ravens.
They do.
They gonna beat your Ravens.
They not. That's not my team. Don't do that. Please don't do that. No, Ravens are not my team. Don't even start like that. Don't do that, please. Talk about Dennis. But I think they do handle business on Christmas Day against Baltimore.
Team. I'm just a Lamar Jackson fan.
I think they do handle business on Christmas Day against Baltimore. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a great game. But I think Niners went out, honestly, bro. But the 2 to the 4th seed, that's not locked in. You still got the NFC South. Who knows? Somebody has to win that division. That division is literally the worst in the NFL. I said this, bro. But Dallas with the 5th seed right now, I think Dallas probably could. Who knows what's going on at the Eagles and Dallas, honestly. Like, I'm not even trying to be biased, but who knows what's going to win that. So, honestly, I feel like Niners and Detroit are the only ones that kind of got locked in. These last 3 playoff wild card spots, though, is going to be really, really tricky. The Vikings, like Khalil said, they got to figure out what's going on at quarterback. Nick Mullins, I don't think he's the answer, but he's going to have to be serviceable for now. The Rams, this is a team I talked about in the offseason. I told you, McVay going to have these boys. They're very, very young on the defense, but McVay going to have these boys ready to play. They're 7-7 right now. They're the 7th seed. But this Thursday, that game between the Rams and Saints is really going to determine a lot. So honestly, yeah, the NFC, it is top heavy, but anybody can get got, in my opinion, besides San Fran. That's just even San Fran can get got. Who knows? It's the NFL. Anything can happen. We see some crazy stuff happen in the past. Is it likely? No. But this conference is very top heavy, but we'll see. I like the way this is shaping out. I think for the from the 6th and 7th seed, it's gonna get really, really, really tight these last couple of weeks. So these teams that are 6-7 and 7-7, they gotta start going balls to the wall and just start winning and start being more competitive if they want a shot to get in the door. That as well, yeah, like Atlanta, Green Bay, bro. Like even Seattle got a chance still to get in. The Giants, I mean, I heard they still got a chance to get in. The Giants and the Bears. That's what I'm saying, bro. These last couple of weeks is gonna be. I don't think they get in, but you never know, bro. You never know. But
very pivotal moment in the season, man.
It's crazy, bro. We are at a pivotal moment. But that's all I got to say about the NFC. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all we got to say about the NFC conference, the state of it right now as we're going into the playoffs, hopefully soon, the next couple weeks. Give us your thoughts and opinions about the NFC. Last episode, we talked about the state of the AFC. Today, we talked about the state of the NFC. What conference do you think is better? What conference do y'all think has more flaws? All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to move on into mixed martial arts, UFC 296. It just went down this past Saturday in Las Vegas, Nevada. We saw some interesting things occur. This night was a solid card, in my opinion. It kicked off with fireworks, and that's the first fight we're going to talk about. As Josh Emmett, he defeated Bryce Mitchell in the lightweight division with a vicious first-round knockout.
Man, vicious is honest. I mean, that knockout was bad. Caught on with a mean
so
right,
scary.
straight down the pipe, put him to sleep out
Hey,
cold.
yo!
Yeah, that's a pause, bro. I'm sorry.
Straight down the pipe.
Yeah,
The mean right straight down the pipe is mad crazy.
Yeah, bro. Chill out.
How's that,
Chill out, bro?
Please let me
calm
know.
down. Calm down. Just calm
I
down,
said the
bro. Calm
word
down.
pipe.
Come on, but relax.
Y'all niggas
Relax,
is bad
Zesty.
immature. All I said
Relax,
was pipe.
Zesty. Relax, Zesty.
Saucy Santana.
Mr.
Brother.
Look back at it himself.
Bro, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Nah.
Nah, that was a mean knockout though. He was out cold. Josh Emmett showed that he still had it. I picked Josh Emmett to win. Bryce Mitchell did take this fight on short notice. Talks to him for doing that. Josh Emmett showed that he still belongs in his division. He's still one of them guys in his division, even though he's up there in age. He is still somebody you have to watch out for. He would, like I mentioned on the last cast, he was just in an interim title fight, so he still got it, and he showed it in his fight for sure.
Honestly, bro, I did pick Bryce Mitchell to win this fight. He's an up-and-coming fighter in the division. I thought Josh Emmett was a pretty solid test for him. I mean, Josh Emmett's come off 2 straight losses, but they're good contenders. I mean, one just fought for the belt earlier in this co-main event, and another one was for the interim title, like Khalil mentioned. But this knockout was so crazy. Like in the seizure, that it looked like Bryce Mitchell was having a seizure after he got knocked out. Like it was just bad. It was perfectly timed. It was just right on the mark. Like, bro, that was scary. Like that was all over social media. If y'all haven't seen it, dude, go look for it, please. But honestly, this was a good win. Much needed win by Josh Emmett to get him back up there in lightweight division.
Yeah, like y'all said, man, like both of y'all said, bro, that was a vicious knockout. I mean, it only took him a minute and 57 seconds. It only took him a minute and 57 seconds. It sure looked like he got that fight on short notice for sure.
Bro, you weak as hell, bro. Go ahead. Niggas was bad weak.
So this man different for that. Bro, come on, man.
They thought about that one for a little minute, man.
Nigga wrote that down earlier, like
He wrote that down in his notes, guys.
Yo, but man, look. Man, yeah, it sure looked like he got that fight on short notice.
All right, continue with the lightweight division. Man, Tony Ferguson, dude, I don't know what's going to happen with him, bro, but he took an L as he lost to Patty Pimblett via unanimous decision.
I called this one as well. Tony Ferguson is washed. Like his best days are behind him at this point. Like, I mean, I just really don't know what else to say. Like Dana said, I think it's time for him to hang it up. And I said that as well. If he lost this fight, that it'd be time to hang it up. All that training with David Goggins and all that, that's cute or whatever. But that doesn't help you as a fighter. Like, okay, you're in shape. That doesn't matter. You still got dominated for 3 rounds. Patty Pimblett, outstruck him. Was just a more active fighter in this fight. He's been out for a while as well. So it's good to see him back in the octagon doing what he do. Maybe he could continue rising as one of these young guys, maybe see if you can put him in there with somebody at 15 or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it was just a good showing by Patty Pimblett and Tony Ferguson. Best days are behind him at this point, man. I just don't know what else to say about him.
I mean, all judges scored this fight 30-27, rightfully so. Patty dominated all 3 rounds. He was definitely the way more active and consistent striker in this fight. Tony Ferguson, bro, this is his 7th straight loss. This is bad, bro. I don't know what he needs to do next. Honestly, he said he's still going to stay in it. But honestly, in my opinion, bro, at this point, Tony Ferguson, bro, just retire. Just get out the UFC. You've done enough, decorated career. But these 7 straight losses definitely hurt you, bro. Like, I mean, you're 26-10 now. This is bad. Like ever since he got smacked by Justin Gaethje during COVID, it's been bad for Tony Ferguson these last couple years, and he's just been on a horrible losing streak. Patty definitely made some noise in this fight. He fought an aging fighter, so let's see if he can move up and fight somebody actually more competitive in this division. This is probably the best division in the UFC. You could argue that. But honestly, just kudos to Patty Pimblett. But Tony Ferguson, honestly, this should have been a nail in the coffin for his career.
I mean, yeah, I can't. I'm not about to just beat that nail in. I'm gonna just say the same exact thing y'all said. It's the truth. His career has come to decline. Tony Ferg was one of the best at a point. I mean, it's coming to a decline, bro. It happens. Say it all the time. Age is a thing, and he should just hang him up. On the other hand, I can't believe he lost to somebody named Patty Pimblett. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. But
my boy named Patty the Batty.
Nah, no, I was just about to say that, bro. I was just about to say Patty the Batty, man. Ever since I first seen him fight, bro, this is somebody that I found hilarious. I just don't know why. Just Patty Pimblett, blonde hair out there knocking people out. But yeah, that's all I got for that one, man. Tony Ferg should just hang him up.
All right, on to the next one. In the welterweight division, we saw Shavkat Rakhmonov. He defeated Stephen Wonderboy Thompson via second round rear naked choke.
This is another one I call. I'm not gonna lie. Shavkat is one of the ones, and we're gonna talk about the state of the 170 division in a couple more. We gotta talk about the title fight. We'll talk about the state of the 170 division, which should be next there. But Shavkat is one of the ones. He keeps that 100% finish rate. With the submission to a guy who's never been submitted, and it's Wonderboy Thompson, who I think is still fighting at a pretty high level, given how old he is and stuff like that. He is still a very legit fighter, but Shavkat is just. I can see him definitely. He's going to be a problem in his 170 division for the time to come, and I definitely do see him as a champion one day for sure. How polished he is, well rounded he is. He's shown that he could grapple. He can fight on the feet. He has the whole package. So let's see what comes next from him. But it was a very good showing from Shavkat. Somebody being able to submit somebody that has never been submitted before is a major thing to do. So good job to him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If y'all didn't start putting some respect on Shavkat's name, y'all might want to start too. 18-0. No fight has never went to the ending with him. Bro, 9 knockouts, 9 submissions. That's very impressive in this division. This is the 170. This is a really good division. The fact that he's tearing through his division, coming to UFC, tearing this division up as well, this is great and very impressive. I mean, he just defeated one of the best fighters in the UFC that we know, in Stephen Thompson. Well, he used to be, but like Khalil said, he's old. He's 40 years old. He's still fighting at a pretty good clip, but Shavkat had a lot of control in this fight on the ground and on the cage. And once he got that choke in, I knew it was over. Stephen Thompson could only not tap for so long. He just had to give in. Bro, this man's about to be a menace in 170. I'm just letting y'all know right now, bro. He has it all. Submissions, knockouts, kickboxing, grappling, bro. He can do it all, just like Khalil said. So honestly, bro, 170, y'all might want to wake up, bro. But like Khalil said, we're about to talk about it in a bit.
I'm gonna be honest. If y'all know me, man, y'all know I'm a little newer to UFC compared to these two. I've never really heard of Shavkat, but I mean, looking at his track record and some of the wins he got, I mean, yeah, like you said, Dave, looking like you gonna have to start putting some respect to his name. I mean, he never took a fight to the end and never yeah, bro, this guy's looking like a technician. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Took out Neil Magny. I look forward to seeing this guy in the future. I'm not gonna lie. I look forward to seeing this guy in the future for sure.
All right, on to the co-main event for the flyweight title. We saw Alex Pantoja. He defended his flyweight championship successfully as he defeated Brandon Royval via unanimous decision in their second fight.
Ah, man, the one that I did get wrong. I definitely did get this one wrong. Pantoja came out there and pretty much just out grappled Royval. Royval pretty much did not have an answer for it for 5 rounds. He had very good submission defense, but he just could not stay on the feet, being able to strike with him and stuff like that, because his best attribute is him being a striker. But he just got out wrestled, out grappled, and I think that was just a really major difference in this one. When you look, when you pretty much how the fight played out, but good win by Pantoja. We got some things coming up that we're gonna talk about, but I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Honestly, bro, Pantoja did his thing, bro. He knew exactly not what to do. Pantoja's a pretty good striker, but he knew I got to get this guy to the ground and just control the fight on the ground. That's exactly what he did. He had almost 16 minutes of ground control. I mean, Royval definitely landed 281 total strikes. That's very, very impressive in a title fight. I mean, we've seen it done just as much, but for a guy that got taken down that much and held down that much for 5 rounds, that's pretty still good. But he just couldn't execute or do things when it mattered. And that was my opinion where Royval lost his fight. Pantoja pretty much just controlled the whole fight. He was effective when he did strike. His body strikes were really good. His leg strikes were really good. They were eating Royval's legs up. But Pantoja is definitely one of the best in his division. He showed it. I mean, I think, honestly, let me just save my comments for when we move on to the after fight comments, the questions that Khalil got.
I mean, I'm gonna just round it off with the same thing I say, man. Good win by Pantoja. They scored this really to go all his way, and it showed. He dominated this whole fight, and goes wide. You would get the scores that you got. Came out with the dub. Good win.
So, what do y'all think is next for this 125 division?
Ooh, well, all right. I mean, Davis and Figueiredo already left. He moved up the bantamweight. Bro, we already saw Moreno versus Pantoja twice. Does Brandon Moreno deserve another title shot?
Actually, 3.
Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah, 3 times. 3 times.
Fighter.
That's true. So we already see Pantoja defeat Moreno 3 times. Should we see it a 4th time? Should we? That's my question. Honestly, bro, if I'm Dana, hey, I'm booking it. Let's do it. Moreno versus Pantoja, part 4. A fight, it shouldn't go to four times, but I think Brandon Moreno will be fine with this. I think they should lock it. I think they should book it. Let's do it.
Yeah, until they find somebody that can match up with Pantoja.
All right, bro.
I can't.
Just listening to me pronounce names is just hilarious, bro.
Hey, I mean, when you look at this 125 division, I think the next contender is going to be the number one contender fight. That I guess that Dana said, quote unquote, is Brandon Moreno versus Amir Abazi, February 24th in Mexico City. I think the winner of that should get the title fight. Whether that's Brandon Moreno or Amir Abazi. Amir Abazi has been coming on as of late. If you beat the former champ, then obviously he deserves the title fight, as well as Brandon Moreno. We've seen him here before when he had to go against Kyle France to get back, in that position to fight again. So I think that's what's next when you really look at who's out there. I mean, Brandon Royval just lost. Behind him is Kyle France. He has a few losses as of late. You got Manero Cap that could be coming on strong, but it's really out of Amir Abazi and Brandon Moreno for the next fight. The winner of that, I see getting the next title fight for sure.
For sure. All right, let's move on to the main event. Welterweight championship was successfully defended, and still, as Leon Edwards, he defeated Colby Covington via unanimous decision to retain his welterweight title.
Yeah, this is another one, and I mentioned this before the fight. I didn't think Colby Covington deserved the shot, given that he hasn't fought in 2 years, close to 2 years. The last fight he fought was 100%. Against a guy that's no longer in MMA. And then when you look at, what he's done before that, he's lost to Kamaru twice. And he had a short stint in there with Robbie Lawler, another guy who's retired at this point. So you see the type of fighters he's been fighting to get back to these title shots. And he's lost all 3 now. I think his reign to get a title shot is over. And then when you look at this fight, Leon Edwards beat him at what he's good at. Like, Leon Edwards sat there and out-wrestled him as well as outstruck him. He tore up that leg for 5 rounds. Really, that leg kick
was crazy.
Like, he couldn't stop a leg kick. Kobe was slow. Leon's speed was just too much for him. That so much so, like, he usually, the thing about Colby Covington, what made him good was that he can push the pace against these guys, but he couldn't do that against Leon Edwards. He was kind of struck by the speed that Leon had, and I think that was the end all be all for that. Like I said, he wasn't a guy that I think deserved the title shot anyway, who should have been in that position to be fighting for the belt at this point. But hey, you got that Dana White treatment, but that Dana White treatment only runs so long. You got to capitalize it at some point, or it's over. And given the comments that he gave at the press conference, Dana White wasn't too keen about that either.
Exactly.
So I think his run is pretty much over. For a chance at a title shot, he would have to go on a good run the next couple of years, fight probably 2-3 fight wins to even get a chance to fight again. But hats off to Leon Edwards for retaining his belt and doing what he set out to do after what Kobe did at that press conference.
Honestly, I'm so excited that Leon Edwards beat Kobe Covington at what he does best, wrestling. Kobe definitely looked way too slow. He could not defend that leg kick. I mean, Leon was 22-25 for leg kicks. Leon honestly controlled the fight from the jump. Kobe definitely lit a fire under him once he said those horrible comments about his father being murdered and everything. Honestly, Kobe just brings sales because of his mouth, the way he runs his mouth, and it just angers fighters before the fight. And you bring up Kobe Covington's his run to getting a title shot. It was unjustified 100%. He had fought over 2 years. His last fight was against Jorge Masvidal. He's not even in the UFC right now. He's trying to run his own MMA or boxing company. Then before that, he got smoked by Kamaru Usman. Before that, he fought Tyron Woodley. He's not even in the UFC right now. He got beat by Jake Paul once. It's like he's irrelevant now. And then before that, he got smoked by Kamaru Usman. Let's just say that again. So it's like, bro, this man had 3 title shots against the welterweight champions and lost all 3 of them in horrible fashion. So it's like, bro, he don't deserve it no more. Like, and Dana White, his post-fight comments was horrible. Dana White was not happy with that at all. Bro, honestly, in my opinion, Kobe's one of these athletes I don't like. He's on my I don't like list. He just was added recently. So if I'm Dana White, kick Kobe out the UFC. Get him out of here, bro. I don't like him. Get him out of here, bro. Send him to some type of send him to Bellator or something. Like, bro,
why do you go
guy,
so
get out
with it, bro? Like,
bro, I don't know, bro. He's a cancer to the UFC, bro. He's a cancer to that division. And he's talking about he ducking smoke. When they asked him at the post-fight press conference, they was asking him questions. They said, "You want to fight Shavkat, who we talked about earlier, who dominated Wonderboy Thompson?" He ducked it completely. He said, "Nah, I think Shavkat should fight Bilal Muhammad or Leon Edwards." It's like, why don't you want to fight him? Aren't you trying to stay relevant in the UFC, bro? You just come off of not fighting for 2 years straight. You swear you're good to fight one of the best up and coming welterweights.
The thing is with him as well is just like he hasn't been active. Like it's not like he's been fighting, to even get in the position that he in. And like a lot of his draw and a lot of the reason why he's this guy that he is at this point is because he was irrelevant at a point. So he made up this persona to become more relevant. So with all the brash talking and all that wasn't him before. He's really not that kind of person, but he does it for the clicks and the comments. And at a certain point, you got to go into that octagon and back it up. And he did not at all. He got beat 4 rounds to 5. So what you think is next in this 170 division coming up?
Honestly, bro, it's so many matchups you can make, but I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm booking Bilal versus Shavkat. Whoever wins that, they get to fight Leon. But honestly, Bilal does deserve a title shot. He does deserve a title shot. I'm not going to lie. So honestly, if you want to, you could book Bilal versus Leon for the title shot in like probably mid-2024. Let's say May or June 2024. And then Shavkat gets the winner of that. That's how I think it should go down. But hey, maybe Dana got something different in mind. But I think it should be out of Bilal and Shavkat. Those are the top 2 guys who could definitely give Leon a run for that title.
I'm okay. So here's my thing. Bilal took the backup fighter for this because he thinks that's going to give him an automatic title fight. And I don't like that because Dana White set that precedent when he gave Kobe Covington a title shot. Why? Because he weighed in as the backup fighter. So I hate that we even set that precedent. Oh, if you step up as the backup fighter, like you get the next chance because you cut the weight. No, you have to go out there and earn it. I would like to see Shavkat versus Bilal as a number 1 contender fight. You got Gerber Burns making his return against Jack Della Maddalena, up and coming person within his division. So if Gilbert probably goes out there and do what Gilbert was doing before he got injured,
yeah,
you could put his name in a hat as well as the next guy up. I think that could be a big fight for seeing who's the next guy up after Bilal and Shavkat if you let them 2 rock it out. But I think Bilal and Shavkat should run it early. Maybe UFC 300. I think that would be a good fight to put into UFC 300. Yeah. So, Dana, do your thing. I think that'd be a good fight to make, number 1 contendership. I just don't think oh, since I cut the weight as a backup fighter, I should be next in line. I don't think it should be like that. That's my own. That was my biggest issue over like this weekend. It's just like that's how fighters look at it now. If I take this opportunity to be a backup fighter, I get the next title shot. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, I 100% agree, dog.
I'm on the
Not gonna
same
lie.
edge as y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I was gonna say Gilbert Burns, but yeah, he still got to come back from injury. So once he comes back from injury, then we got another conversation with Gilbert Burns. But yeah, Bilal versus Shafkat, I definitely think that should be the next runner up now.
But we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. But that is a follow-up from UFC 296 that occurred this past weekend. Again, it happened in Vegas. Hope you all was tapped in. We saw a pretty good card. Leave us y'all thoughts and opinions and comments about the main card. Leave it all in the comment section below. We gave our thoughts and opinions. Let us know what y'all think about what we said about the main card. All right, on to the last topic of the night. It's been the hottest talk of the town as of late involving college football. Not even the bowl games that's been happening. The transfer portal. NIL is just striking. It's striking. We've seen a lot of players flipping, colleges flipping commitments, transferring schools. Just let me know your thoughts and opinions about the state of the transfer portal right now. Let's talk about some of the transfers that occurred that kind of like got you guys like, wow.
I would say Matthew Bedford, the O-lineman from Indiana. He had first committed to Colorado, then he flipped to Oregon. I thought he would have been a great addition to Colorado. I'm gonna be honest with you.
100%.
I think he would have definitely been a great addition to Colorado and what they need. We all know what their struggles is. So, I mean, I don't understand what happened with that. I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I don't know what Dion be saying to guys that make him want to leave so fast, but that's one to me.
Whoa. Don't put that on Dion because you're bringing a lot of dogs in right now.
No,
Deion is bringing a lot of dogs in, especially on that O-line. He bringing some
I'm not
dogs
putting
in.
it on Dion, bro. I'm not
You
putting it
just
on
brought a
Dion.
former
I'm mainly
five-star
putting it on the
for,
soft ass players that be coming in there. I'm gonna be honest with you. The real ones stay, the dogs stay. The ones that are soft usually just get up out of there and they bounce. But you can't act like it ain't something that he would say to make them cry. Kyle McCord to Syracuse is another one that I felt like was a little more on the iffier side to me. I really thought Kyle McCord was gonna go to somewhere like Penn State or somewhere in PA. You know, he's a PA guy from Philly. So I thought he was gonna try to go back home around there. I guess Syracuse is not too far, but you know, I didn't think he was gonna go there. Syracuse is bringing in a lot of top transfers. They're about to bring in Fidel Diggs too. I don't know if he committed there yet, but I've been hearing a lot of crystal balls to Fidel Diggs from Texas A&M. You know, he was a 5-star coming out of Canton, New Jersey. He was great. And if y'all know, I think pretty sure everybody know now that Syracuse new coach that they just hired is from Camden. He's bringing in a lot of talent from Jersey. I'm not gonna lie, he's gonna be snatching up a lot of Jersey guys. You see that he got another flip from Rutgers to Syracuse. I think a running back that was committed to Rutgers from Jersey just flipped to Syracuse too. He's out of high school though. But I mean, it's really been shaken up with a lot of the coach changes. I mean, it's a lot in general that's going on right now. I don't know what's going on with Georgia. They got a lot of players that's hitting the portal. You see
the portal like
crazy. Marvin Jones Jr., he was one of the ones that was supposed to be coming up, and he was supposed to be the next big thing at Georgia. He hits the transfer portal and goes straight to Florida State. Another thing that I found crazy about the transfer portal is I feel like a lot of these kids know exactly where they're going, bro.
They do.
A lot
they leave the school
exactly
and then they already out. They already going. Some of these mainly the quarterbacks, they're visiting, but some of these kids are like leaving. They're like, all right, I'm going here.
Well, I mean, if you really want to be honest, there's not many stipulations on the transfer portal. Like, I'm sure these coaches are reaching out to these kids. Oh, we'll have a spot for 100%. You too. Or the boosters are reaching out. Oh, we'll give you this amount of money to come here, whatever the case may be. So there's definitely some of that going on as well. Hey, we got a better opportunity for you over here. You know, all type of information getting thrown out. You know, players getting promised NIL money, but you know, there's nothing in contract that says they have to guarantee that money once they commit or sign there. So I think a lot of that is going on too. What you got to separate the real from the BS because there's a lot going on out there right now.
I'm just saying, bro, this portal has been absolutely insane, bro. Honestly, in my opinion, Dylan Gabriel kind of kicked it off. I mean, he's going from Oklahoma to Oregon. That was insane. And Kyle McCord, he's out of here. He went from Ohio State to Syracuse. I thought he was going to Nebraska, but as you guys just know, we just found out that Dylan Raiola, he flipped his commitment from Georgia to Nebraska. He's been very flip-floppy on his commitment as well. So I mean, honestly, what is Nebraska building up? 'Cause a lot of players
That's
are
out of high
going
school,
there.
but still.
That's still crazy though.
Well, I
Yeah.
And
mean,
then
his uncle is the offensive line coaches there as
that
well,
is
so he
true.
does have some
That is
family
true.
ties there. And another thing, what was smart from Matt Rule and what he was throwing out there to his boosters, hey, if you want us to go get one of these top tier quarterbacks, it's going to cost 1.5 to 2 mil just to get one of these guys, just to let you know. So I'm sure them Nebraska boosters, which they have some pretty wealthy boosters out there in Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
They got some money throwing up in there as well. So those are the type of
100%.
things that move the needle. So like when these coaches are saying, "Oh, this is what what I'm gonna need for players," Ryan Day did it last year. Their boosters try to step up and they throw that money.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
another thing too that I really see coming. It's gonna be a lot of big signings soon, bro. I feel like you see a lot of big names are leaving, and a lot of big shoes have not been filled yet. For one, Ohio State has not reached out to a single damn transfer portal.
Yeah, I have not.
Nobody in the truth,
I
they
haven't seen
have
no Ohio
not
State
offered
news.
a single soul in the transfer portal. They just lost their starting quarterback. I mean, I don't know what their plan is. I know some schools are waiting until after the bowl season is in. I know some schools want to pay attention more to bowl season in the next year. That's cool, especially if you're in the playoffs.
What I do want to mention is like I think one of the biggest things going on in the portal is like quarterback moves. You got Aiden Childs who left Oregon State to follow his coach to Michigan State. You got surprisingly Dante Moore committing to Oregon after
Oregon.
Dylan Gabriel committed to
Yeah.
Oregon. And if you remember, Dante Moore was committed to Oregon out of high school, but flipped his commitment after Bo Nix came back. The surprising one, and he was supposed to be the next guy up in that program, Malachi Nelson. Entering the
USC.
transfer portal is a huge one. A couple more like Riley Leonard. That was one of you talk about that was pretty much a done deal before portal even started. We already everybody kind of already knew that's where he was going, and that's where he ended up committing. I think that's some of the biggest moves, especially from that quarterback position, which is the coveted position in college football at this point.
Yo, honestly, bro, what about KJ Jefferson as he entered the portal as well? Like, bro, I thought he had no more eligibility left. Apparently, he's transferring from Arkansas.
Bro,
Like, what is
I
really
don't know
going
who
on?
got eligibility left at this point. Some
That's what
people
I'm
they be
saying.
like Kyle McCord. What does he have? 1 year eligibility left.
Yeah, I think he's a junior.
So like he got one more
He
year.
got
Right?
one more year.
Yeah,
Yeah, which
more.
is like I'm like, dang, like we barely seen Kyle McCord, and then it's quarterbacks like KJ Jefferson, DJ Uyangale, Dylan Gabriel, who felt like been in college for forever. So I really don't know what's going on with this college.
Well, here the thing, bro. It's a lot of stuff that you can really petition for, bro, that you could put out a bunch of different types of like appeals and stuff for, bro. Like a million of them. There's a bunch of different reasons you can use to get a season back, bro. And I see them doing that all the time. You see a lot of players that have 8 years of eligibility and everything else, bro. It really works out that way, bro. Truthfully, it do, bro. If you got a quarterback that played in about 5 games.
Yeah, out there going to the portal. Look at Malik Murphy. He played 2 games for Texas.
One game he might have he might have like one snap because the quarterback got hurt. They will dead uphill that and be like, yeah, well, it was one snap, so he should definitely get that game off. Now he only got 4 games, and now he uses that as a redshirt year. Now he got another year eligibility. You know what I'm saying? Like it really be like that. Like real shit, bro.
You kind of mentioned Malik Murphy. I think that's the guy that had to go. Like that was one of those situations. Like you got especially when Quinn might be coming back, and you got Arch Manning waiting in the wings to get his time there. Like those are one of the positions. Like I get like he kind of has to go at a point, but some of these other ones are like kind of surprising. Like honestly, that they're even entering the portal or leaving, like or even got the eligibility to still be playing. Like I think that's the craziest part right now.
Honestly, I'm gonna bring up a couple more. Yeah, Trevor Etienne, he entered in portal, he leaving Florida. Then Will Rogers, he leaving Mississippi State. He already committed to Washington. I mean, you gotta talk about Riley Leonard already. But this portal is just going crazy. Like, honestly, bro. And hold on. I got a question to y'all right quick before we just kind of dismiss this topic and be done with it. What do y'all think is going on with Georgia? Why do you think all these players are leaving Georgia? Is it because like these backup players feel like they have enough talent to step in and play somewhere else? Or do y'all think their program is like kind of falling off?
I wouldn't say it's falling off, but like there's a realization that has to come into with some of these programs. Like some of these kids, like I'm sure Kirby sat there and told you, like, yeah, like if there's a spot that can guarantee you a spot, go, because I can't guarantee you a spot. Like we got 5 stars all up and down this roster. They're gonna bring in another top
He
recruiting
ain't even
class, of
that,
course,
bro.
because Georgia's gonna bring in top recruits. So a lot of these coaches are just like if you want to go out there, like if you think there's something better for you, then go. Like if it's just somebody throwing you a bag, take it. Like if you listen to Matt Rule, Coach Matt Rule says the same thing. Like if there's a team out there that's going to throw you a bag, like go take it, change your family trajectory. Or I can't guarantee you a starting spot. You're gonna have to come in and earn it. And you may or may not play next year. A lot of players don't like that at this point. When like I said, some of these coaches are reaching out and saying, "Hey, we can guarantee you a spot on our defense or guarantee you a spot on our offense." I think it comes down to that as well.
I mean, bro, a lot of these coaches, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them not even saying that. A lot of them get into them exit meetings at the end of the year and tell them straight up, "Yeah, I recommend you hit the portal."
That's
Straight
crazy.
like that, bro.
That dirty
I've
work, but
heard
it's
it.
part of the game.
Now,
I
I'm
don't.
gonna
I
be
don't
honest,
think.
yeah, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think
Dirty work,
that's
but it's part of the game.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's going on as much as you think it might. Yeah, like some of it does happen, but I don't think it goes on as much as you think it might go happen.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
This is crazy.
The amount of cuts I've seen at NAIA programs, bro. I know for a fact some of these schools are saying, "Yeah, out with the old and in with the new." I'm gonna be honest, bro. This transfer portal is too much of a thing now. It's turning into real free agency. Like, yeah, I think you think it's in your best interest to hit free agency, my boy.
But that's also the guys that I can't guarantee you a spot on this team. Like, not that I can't guarantee you a spot on this team, but I can't guarantee you gonna play.
Exactly.
It's a lot of stuff like that. Because what's gonna happen as well, a lot of these kids gonna have to end up walking on. Hope you know that. Like a lot of these people that's hitting the portal, they're gonna end up having to walk on somewhere because there's not enough offers to go around for everybody, especially the college kids coming in.
Yeah,
and that's why I asked y'all this question.
And then COVID is still a thing. COVID, it might not be a thing for the last 3 years, but it's still a thing as far as eligibility goes. So scholarships are still scarce.
So, hey, I was about to ask y'all a question, but y'all kind of already said it. I was going to ask y'all, do y'all think the transfer portal is kind of turning to like NFL free agency in a way?
Oh, 100%.
It definitely is.
100%.
But NFL free agency, that's what the portal is.
Money too?
And recruiting is the draft. Think of it like that. The recruiting is the draft, and the portal is free agency. Nick Saban said it last Friday. You really want to build through the draft. That's how the NFL wants to build it. You really want to build by recruiting, but you do go out there and grab a couple free agents, aka players from the portal, to help build your team. That came straight from Nick.
Bro, I watched Auburn on their signing day, and every time one of their recruits sign, you know what they say? You know what they play? Dun, 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 dun. Swear to God, bro. Like, it's literally, bro, this is how they setting it up now, bro. They trying to make this seem like a watered down NFL. Now it's a 12-team playoff too. Oh yeah, it's definitely a watered down.
Now definitely gonna come into
now play. It's more schools that could tell their donors, yeah, we're a playoff worthy team.
Yep, because now 12 teams expanded. It's gonna be expanded come 2024.
Mm-hmm. And it brings more money.
Yeah, that's facts. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for what we think about the NCAA college football transfer portal. Give us your thoughts and opinions about the state of it right now. What do you guys think is going to happen in the future? Do you think it's going to get any worse? Or do you think it's going to get better? Y'all think it's ruining college football as well? That's my question to you guys, the viewers. And also, let us know in the comment section who y'all think the craziest person to enter the transfer portal is. What do y'all think the craziest person to flip their commitment or sign somewhere else is? We want to hear that all in the comment section below. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Before the Horn podcast, episode 37. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for whatever platform you guys are watching or listening to us on. We appreciate all the feedback, all the likes and subscriptions and comments we've been getting and followers on Instagram. Keep running these numbers up. We appreciate all y'all that y'all been doing. We're going to keep bringing this to y'all every Tuesday and Friday as scheduled. Maybe some shows not coming due to the holidays coming up, but we'll make a way and figure things out.
Yeah, as I know, man, you could do your part in supporting us by joining our Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You could be one of our Patreon supporters. We are regular guys, man. We work regular 9 to 5s. We just take out of our free time and our night times to bring this content to y'all. If y'all want to get more personal with us, talk to us, argue with us about things that are in your interest, Patreon is the best way to go, as well as when we start dropping this merch, these shirts and these hats, and others. Patreon is the best way to go for discounts and for free merch, everything like that, man. Come support us on Patreon. That's the best way to help us out. As well as y'all know we appreciate all the support we get from any platform.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast, TikTok and Twitter at Before the Horn Pod, like they want to mention. With the holiday season coming up around, a couple stuff is in the air, but we're gonna make sure we're gonna try to do our best, to keep it rolling, keep the content coming. We appreciate the love and support we be getting, the interaction that we've been getting. Just make sure you keep showing love. Make sure you tell a friend to follow us, support. We appreciate all the love.
Oh yeah, guys, make sure you guys also follow us on our personal Instagrams. They are on the screen as well as in the description box. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching episode 37 of Before the Horn Podcast. We shall see y'all next time. Peace.